This is the story of three young girls whose childhood, cultural experiences and critical moments have led them along the pathway to Griffith University. I would like to introduce Keeliah, Diana and Mathilda. Let's watch and experience with them the critical moments in their lives which developed and shaped them into the young people they are today.
Hey, my name is Keeliah Frost. I'm 18 years old and I live in a small town in New South Wales called Pottsville. I'm a Bundjalung woman from the Midjinbul Nation. I was born on the 10th of October 1994 in a hospital in Mooloolaba. My mum and dad were high school sweethearts, and I've always had a really big family. They were always so supportive of me. I went to Pottsville Beach Primary School. After graduating primary school, it was off to high school. This is where things get a little rocky. I was bullied in high school, sometimes for being fat or even being weird. In year 10, I isolated myself until a group of people found me. These people were my saviours. My friends were there to get me through very rough times. My first critical moment was when I lost my friend, Henry Buse. After the loss of Henry, I relied on my friends very heavily. They were there to get me through it. And then, a little over a year later, I experienced another critical moment when I lost another very important person in my life, Riley Gillespie. Riley and I were very close and he got me through a lot of hard times. I took Riley's death very hard, and I didn't think I could cope again until my friends pulled me out of the black hole, which at that point was my life. I started to get motivated again. I wanted to do all I could to make more of myself like I know Riley and Henry would have wanted. I didn't have much hope for university until I was accepted to go to Hands Up program run by the Gamari Student Support Unit for Indigenous students here at Griffith University. I was very attached to my community, which made it harder to make the transition. This program gave me the confidence to start university and to be the person I knew I was meant to be. So here I am and I'm ready for whatever life is willing to give me.
Hey everyone! My name is Diana, and I am 21 years old. I was born on November 9th, 1991. My parents bought a house in Bergenfield, New Jersey, but shortly after I was born, they divorced. So my mom moved to Wayne, New Jersey to live with my grandparents. Because my mom was working full-time, and my dad's business was located in New York, my grandmother was my sole caretaker for most of my childhood. In 2001, she suffered a severe stroke and was no longer able to care for me. I was put into after-school programs, and during summer vacation, I would attend day camp. I became involved in a lot of sports and activities over my middle school years, such as soccer, gymnastics, and swimming. Once I got into high school, my mom and I were fighting a lot. This was a huge turning point for me because I knew then I was going to move out after I graduated high school. This being said, I made some amazing friends in high school and created wonderful memories over those 4 years. In 2010, I graduated from high school. This was a critical moment in my life. After graduation, I moved out of my mom's house and moved in with my dad in Huntington, New York. I enrolled at the University at Albany in Albany, New York for the upcoming fall semester. I am now in my third year, and this last semester was a difficult one for me. Studying abroad was only recently something I wanted to do. I hadn't put much thought into it until my cousin studied in Florence the year prior, but now it was time to make a decision, and the big question was, where do I go? My mom and dad wanted me to go to Italy. My mom being an immigrant from Italy and my dad feeling much more comfortable with the distance were both pushing Europe. My mom had a cosmopolitan view but was uncomfortable with distance. But my best friend Christina and I sat down and we decided to go where we both wanted, which landed me in this beautiful place called Australia. So here I am studying abroad at Griffith University and I couldn't be happier with my decision.
Hi there, my name is Mathilda Andersson and I'm 24 years old. I was born in a city called Jönköping in the south of Sweden. I grew up with my mom and dad and my 2-year older brother. Ever since my brother and I were young, our mom used to take us traveling all around Europe. My family had a very cosmopolitan lifestyle. As soon as I finished college in my hometown, I knew I wanted to travel on my own, and this time outside of Europe. My mom and dad have always been very supportive of my decision to travel. It's the best education you can get in life, she used to say. After college, I had to work hard to fulfill my dream to go to Santa Barbara and study for a year. My year in Santa Barbara was one of the best years of my life. I learned so much about myself, but also about different people and cultures. I made friends from all over the world and enjoyed the sunny California weather. When it was time to go back home again, I didn't want to leave. Back in Sweden, I was never able to settle down again. I wasn't happy. So when my best friend Johanna asked me to come with her to Australia to work and travel for 6 months, I had to face my critical moment. I decided I would be the best for me and my own happiness to do the trip with her, even though it required me to leave my family and friends, my boyfriend, full-time job and apartment back in Sweden. My cosmopolitan lifestyle made the transition easier. After our 6 months trip, I decided to stay the year out in Australia. By the end of that year, Australia felt like a second home to me, and my friends suggested that I would apply for university here instead of back home. Now, 2 years later, I'm doing my second year on my Bachelor of Journalism, and have a beautiful apartment in Surfers Paradise where I live with my wonderful friends and boyfriend. My family and friends from back home comes to visit me every now and again, and I could not be happier with what my critical moments and decision led up to.
The transition from culture to culture, high school to university, changes and develops values and beliefs and aids the development of young people today. Critical moments have impacted all three girls and pushed them towards new experiences and the path they walk today.